We've got breaking news, more news breaking. A military coup in Egypt is underway. A military coup in Egypt is underway. Abram tanks are completely surrounding the city of Cairo. There are tanks also leaving Cairo or headed toward the airport. Not sure what that's about yet. We do know the spokesperson for Morsi's government has confirmed that the telephone communication and access to the president, Mohamed Morsi, has been disconnected. Also, many senior cabinet members of Mohamed Morsi have been arrested. Morsi is supposedly in an army barracks, not under arrest, but I think it would be safe to say that he is. And the army has announced that they have taken over the government. A military coup is underway. There are 300,000 to 400,000 people in the streets. And I'm going to go to the Bible. Now, we know what it says, the burden of Egypt. So if you go with me quickly to Isaiah chapter 19. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And then we go on down, it talks about this fierce king, the cruel Lord. In verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, a fierce king, and he shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And he did for 1 year, and he was cruel. He put them under martial law in 3 different cities. He allowed Christians to be butchered and killed. He let Coptic Christian churches to burn to the ground. He even let Christians be crucified in the trees in front of his presidential palace. He ruled them with a rod of iron, but it looks like his ruling is very short, 1 year. Now, also the rivers have been drying up. The locusts have eaten up half their crops, and there's a tremendous drought in the land. You can read that in verses 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. It talks about how the economy is collapsing. I want to take you right here to verse 14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his own vomit. This is Egypt today. Egypt is Isaiah 19, verse 14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to trust. They elected Morsi. They want him out. They got rid of Jose Mubarak after 32 years. Then they go through military rule for 2 years. Then they get Morsi for a year. Then they're throwing him out. Now the military, they don't know what's going on. And their economy is crashing. Nobody's going to Egypt on a vacation. Murder and mayhem in the streets. And you haven't seen nothing yet, folks. It's going to get real ugly in Egypt. First they'll cheer, then they'll fight. You'll see. Again, I'll read it to you. Bible prophecy being fulfilled. Isaiah 19:14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit excuse me, in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his own vomit. A perverse spirit is in Egypt. The burden of Egypt. Mohamed Morsi, gone. Egypt awaits a new king. We'll be right back as soon as more information breaks. God bless you. Give your life to Jesus Christ. This is the last days.